up, guys? You too can be great. Okay, this is the Married to Medicine finally, part 3 review, child. Hell, this was boring as a motherfucker. I'm gonna go over the most important parts and we'll call it a day. This one's gonna be short and sweet, okay? Toya, Kwak, and Tessa and the women are stuck in this little room while the men are doing their interview with Andy Cohen. This is where it stopped at, right? Last episode, it stopped with Heavenly and Toya and Simone cussing themselves out. Simone going off on Heavenly for bringing up her husband Cecil, and Heavenly pretending like she didn't do shit because always, of course, she never wrong. She goes on the defensive. She don't take responsibility for shit until the person's about to knock her ass out. So Simone tells her fuck you because she deserves it. Heavenly tells her fuck you. They're fighting. And of course, Jackie is nowhere to be found. She has been friends with Simone longer than she's been friends with Dr. Heavenly. But when Dr. Heavenly's cussing her friend out, she gets up and she leaves. You don't even stay there to try to mediate the situation to get them to work it out. She was gone. Everybody else is not as close to either one of them, not Heavenly or Simone, are there trying to fix the situation. I ain't that a bitch. Jackie is a hot ass mess. She is, for real. I feel like if you're friends with both of them and they're about to chop each other's throat off, you don't have to take a side, but at least you can do is stay there and make sure they don't put their hands on each other because it was bad. You got Toya saying something. You got Toya letting Heavenly know that she's a horrible friend, which she is. Contessa saying something, trying to stop the fight. The only person that was staying quiet in the corner was Buffy. She wasn't saying nothing. I didn't see Mariah either anywhere, but you got Quad there, and you got finally Heavenly leaves and comes back and decided to go on, dry hump Simone as she's apologizing, but as she's apologizing, saying, yeah, Virgo, but you put it on social media. No, bitch. She told you that she wanted her husband to get a job. Yes, she probably vented to you a hell of a lot more than she should have, but what you were saying to Cecil was out of pocket, girl. You don't talk to somebody's husband like that. That's your friend, bitch. You're supposed to go to your friend and tell your friend, listen, this is what your husband said to me. I didn't appreciate it. We're friends. Can you please? I can't interact with a dude that way. Have her go home and check her man on your behalf. Bitch, you don't go on social media where everybody's seeing it and keep running your mouth and then you're sitting here can't even fucking apologize. Shut the fuck up. Heavenly, yes. Somebody left in a last comment and said, damn, you don't like Heavenly. Not when she acts like a motherfucking demon. No, I don't like this bitch. Anyway, they make up apparently after, Quad jumps up, try to ride them. They're laughing. They get a little out. They make up. They're back on stage. All the women and the men are back together on stage. They mention that Greg is still in love with Quad. They ask Quad about how she feels about him still being in love with her. She says that she believes him when he said that she's in love with him. They ask him, well, do you still love him? And she's quiet. She don't love that man. I think that is all a show. She don't love that man. She loved him when she married him. She had some love for him, but they're done. She's ready to move on. I think that she's more so feeling herself because he has a girlfriend and he's still thinking about her. That's how I feel. I could be wrong, but that's how I take it. Then we talk about Aiden and Mariah's Ramadan celebration and how during the Ramadan celebration, Mariah's sister, Lake, decided to call Mariah a hoe, Quad a hoe, while they're supposed to be celebrating Ramadan and having the Ramadan dinner. Ramadan is a very sacred Islamic tradition where they fast. I don't know if it's 40 days, 30 days, but they fast longer than I want to. And they pray and they're supposed to get close with with God and kind of get in touch with their spiritual self. And at the end of it, you're supposed to all go out, get together, and finally eat and feast together and enjoy what you guys have done and be proud of what you guys have done. And here is Lake, after, them being Christian and Aiden being Muslim, they're supposed to bring the family together. Even though they were there for 3 hours, Mariah did say something like, I'm so sad that I was accused of something so heinous. And then in the midst of that, Lake says that she's been a hoe. And you got Mariah's mama Lucy saying, well, look who it came from, da-da-da-da-da. And they're bad-mouthing Quad when they're supposed to be ending this religious celebration on a good note. That is not, it says a lot because spirituality, you're supposed to find yourself. You're supposed to find peace within yourself. You're supposed to find a connection with God. That's the reason for it. You can't find that connection if you're dogging out somebody about some things that you said happened over 10 years ago. That don't make no sense. But they bring it up, or Andy brings it up, and Mariah decides to fix her mouth and say, well, it's so sad that this is what you show about my family when there's other wonderful things to show. Well, here's the thing. Your ass is the executive producer of the show, and you know that this show thrives on the drama that they present. If you know that you and Mariah are having a long, unnecessary, lifelong drama y'all gonna take to the grave, what makes you think that if they hear something or they see something that adds to that effect, that's going to make the audience want to see more, why would they not take that snippet, that clip, and put it up there for you to sit up there and have a whole attitude saying that they don't show the struggle you guys have in your family? Nobody wants to watch the struggle that you have with your religion. You know that you're a Christian, Aiden is a Muslim, and so you guys chose to build a matrimony in that regard. And yes, religion is very, very serious, and there's two different ways. Christianity and Islam and Catholicism have a lot in common, but people make such a big deal about the difference and create a problem where there isn't supposed to be one. So when you try to combine a family and blend it, it could be an issue. It really can't, because there are people out there outside of the actual couple that want to blend their family that will have a huge problem as if it's their weddings, if their marriage, if they're going to be the household, licking at your floors, if they're going to be there enough to even have a say in what happens in your household. But that's just what it is. She goes off on Andy. Andy's saying, but we saw it. That's what you said. Mariah said, why didn't you say anything about Quad? Yeah, you said, and I quote, I can't believe somebody, accused me of something so heinous. And then she says something like, y'all can't talk about her now, but when the month over, we can talk about her then. Like, that's not how it's supposed to go. So even though she's mad at Andy for putting that, that is the best clip they could use that would be supportive of what the show is trying to portray and to get ratings. So be mad all you want, girl, but that was a very calculated decision that was beneficial for the executive producing show, the show that you were executive producer of. Then we got contestant Dr. Scott's situation come up. I don't give a damn. Contestant's resentful of Scott. She feels like she gave up her military career for him, and Dr. Scott feels like he's been a little bit unfair to her, which he has, but contestant needs to take responsibility for the fact that they're married now, and you make decisions as a whole. If you can't, then hey, I don't know what to tell you. Then we got Heavenly saying that her marriage is perfect. Now, Heavenly's supposed to be Quad's friend, and when Quad said perfect compared to who, and this bitch said compared to yours, you're not supposed to embarrass your friend like that. This is why you shouldn't tell Heavenly nothing. She is the type of person that will put your business out there. She feels like she can't show and hold her mouth. She's like, I'm all about telling the truth. You don't have to put somebody's business out there like that. Yeah, we know Quad got into a divorce. Yeah, we know Quad's husband cheated and he did all this stuff to her, but you don't need to put her down, because what goes wrong comes around. You're out here putting your marriage in a pedestal. The way you talk and the way you act and how ugly you behave, maybe Damon's ass might go there and find somebody else that wouldn't talk as high pitched as your ass. How you like them apples when it happens. Just be prepared for what you put out into the universe is what you're going to get back, bitch. Anyway, Heavenly talks about how if a woman cheats, she's less likely to get caught than a man. And I agree. I'm very calculating. If I wanted to cheat on a man, you won't catch me. Normally, the relationship I've seen where a woman has cheated and she's gotten caught is a lot of times she's wanting to get caught. Maybe she's retaliating at something. Maybe she's mad at the man and he cheated on her, but she deliberately put out her text message, or should be texting him in front of the guy and giggling to make sure he knows that she's talking to somebody else. But for me, hell, if I don't want to get caught, but she won't catch me. You won't find anything, no fingerprints, no nothing, no fluids, no nothing, not even hair follicles. You won't find nothing. I will make sure to blacklight that motherfucking room. You won't find shit on me. That's just me. But hey. Then the men leave the stage and women are continued. Then they show a clip of Married to Medicine cast LA and what they're going to be doing. I guess Quad, Simone, and Dr. Heavenly are going to be part of that cast. Of course, Dr. Heavenly's still running her mouth as usual, saying dumb shit, not thinking about what she speaks. And of course, one of the girls is going to go off on her, maybe cuss her ass out. Heavenly did ass beat. Just one good time. She bullied as a child. Now feels like she can bully people. Maybe she feels like if she bullies them first, they're not going to be able to bully her. So she's acting the way she's acting. I don't like it. I like her entertainment factor that she brings to the show, but as far as her character and what I'm seeing in the snippets, I know that they're picking up and piecing clips together to keep us going, but even in the reunion when there's no damn clips, at least not as much, she's still the same damn bitch. So, hell, I feel like she carries the show right now. Maybe Jackie won't show up next year and cause a mess with Buffy again. Who knows? Maybe Buffy wouldn't even show up either way. I don't know. But this reunion was boring as a motherfucker. It sure was. Now I'm finna go watch Love and Hip Hop New York and Love and Hip Hop Miami, and I'm gonna come to let y'all know we'll have a more enthusiastic review, because I'm thinking that these 2 episodes are gonna be lit. Catch my review, and hopefully you catch my voice too as well. Okay, love you guys. Bye.